welcome to Beyond Film School, where I tell you everything about the film industry. I'm Amber, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the abysmal, ridiculous pay rate of set production assistants. Set production assistants are the foundation of everything you see on the screen. We're talking TV shows, movies, music videos, commercials, web series, all of it, everything. The bigger the budget, the bigger the movie, the bigger the project, the more PAs there are. So if anyone tells you that PAs don't matter, they are completely full of shit. Set production assistants are important, and I really wish the pay reflected that importance, but sadly it does not. With that being said, I'm going to tell you different types of projects and how they pay their PAs, and different types of PAs that might get paid differently as well. It's a lot of varying degrees of little pay. Itty bitty baby check. Itty bitty. What is that? I should just end the video right there. PAs get paid shit. There you have it. But really though, I just can't get off the fact of how crappy PAs get paid. So I'm just gonna start at the bottom, and that is gonna be independent films. Independent projects, things that are not connected to a studio yet, they may be your friend's short film or something, they pay the least. The range goes from absolutely nothing, I'm talking free labor, pro bono, not getting paid in those exposure bucks, to maybe $50 a day, $75 a day, $150 a day. And you might be thinking, alright, that's not too bad. But that day is gonna be anywhere from 12 to 15 hours. But the plus side is that you learn a ton from these types of projects. Probably more than a first day on a big budget movie. Because of the variety that comes with independent projects, you might be blessed with good-hearted producers that may pay you minimum wage or more. It really depends. These types of projects tend to pay you through Venmo, cash, a personal check, and they're most likely going to make you fill out an invoice. So in order for you to get paid, you have to submit an invoice to them, which you probably might not get your money from like 30 to 60 days later. Ew. Next, I'm going to cover union projects, and I hate calling them union projects because with new media and your Paramount Plus, Amazon, Hulu, all those types of streaming services, some of them technically don't have to be classified as union. It's very complicated, but these are your big budget type things, your multi-million-dollar things, you know, HBO shows or something cable, things you see on TV, stuff like that, or Marvel movies, if you will. These types of shows tend to do the bare minimum, and they pay minimum wage to their set production assistants. They pay exactly a minimum wage or slightly above it. On the day of recording this video, New York City is currently paying $15 an hour because that is the minimum wage in New York City. Now, the surrounding areas to New York City, I mean Connecticut and New Jersey, they match that $15 an hour, even though their minimum wage is a little bit lower. What happens is that it gets really, really hard to staff PAs and to actually get PAs onto those jobs, because if they're not paying $15 an hour, they'll hop onto another show. And we can also include Los Angeles in that rate because they also pay $15 an hour as well. Now, in Atlanta, it gets a little bit tricky. In the state of Georgia, right now, currently, they still have a minimum wage that matches the federal minimum wage, which is $7.25 an hour. $7.25 an hour minimum wage. Man, hell no! I can't even believe this. Now, when it comes to set production assistants, they are not, thankfully, they are not getting paid a minimum wage to work on their jobs. They're getting paid anywhere from $13 to $15 an hour, which is not bad because the cost of living down in Atlanta is a little bit cheaper than your major markets of Los Angeles and New York City. So Atlanta, I feel like the PAs down there have a really good deal. If your project is using a payroll company to pay you, and this means you actually get a pay stub in the mail, there's social security numbers on there, and you get taxes taken out. If they're using a payroll company, they have to pay you the legal minimum wage of whatever area you're in. So it could be, the state might have a higher minimum wage than federal, or the city that you might be in might be a little bit higher. Now, there are a few special cases for when set production assistants get paid slightly more. The first being working in commercials. Now, working in commercials is great because when you're thinking about films and all the other ones I just talked about, they're paying $15 an hour, let's just say in New York City, $15 an hour, and that works out to be $210 for 12 hours, right? That's including the overtime after 8, which is usually what you should be getting. So guaranteed 12-hour day for $210 a day in New York City. Now, if you're doing the commercial sector of filmmaking and television and all that jazz, you could be making $235 a day or $250 a day, which works out to probably $17, $19 an hour, which it's slightly higher. It's not that bad, and I'll take it. It's a little bit more money that you deserve. Now, when you consider slightly more pay, now are you going to be working 12 to 15 hours? A lot of the times in the commercial world, you're not working as many hours, but you're still guaranteed that 12-hour rate. So meaning you could be working 9 hours and get paid for 12. You could be working 10 hours and still get your $250 even though you didn't reach your 12 hours. So guaranteed 12 is great for PAs, which most of the time, 90% of the time, that is your guarantee. You're getting paid for those 12 hours. They're going to pay you a day rate even if you don't reach those 12 hours. So working commercials are not that bad. Another option you could do is working your way up to being a key production assistant. This is the head person, the head PA of all the PAs. They're usually paid $1 or $2 more an hour than all the other production assistants. If you're not sure what a key PA does, I have made a video. It is right there for you. It lays out all the responsibilities. If you're trying to work your way up to a key PA, you should know what they do, and I have the perfect video for you, so check that out if you're trying to be a key PA. That $1 to $2 extra an hour for the responsibilities of a key PA definitely is not enough, but I am glad key PAs get a little bit more for their responsibilities. But I am grateful when I am being a key PA on set that I get a little bit more for the responsibility and the stress I go through that other PAs don't have to deal with on set. And the last way to get paid a little bit more as a PA is if your show that you're on decides to have mercy on your soul and they just decide to pay you a little bit more. These shows are basically unicorns. They're very rare and hard to find, but they do exist. A friend of mine reported that one of the shows that was shooting in New York was paying their PAs $19 an hour, and that is $4 jump. That's a significant jump from $15 an hour. So I mean, I'm happy to hear that that's happening because all it takes is a few shows to start paying more, and then it kind of sets the trend, and hopefully more pay will come for everyone else. Now, these wages that I discussed were in the US. Please comment below where you're from and how much set PAs are getting paid, or what the minimum wage is in your country or city that I didn't address in this video. I'm curious to find out what PAs in Canada get paid, and I know they have a union up there for PAs. I think they get anyway. I think it's like $22 an hour in Canada. I'm not sure. I'm curious to find out what runners in the UK get paid. Please, if you have lovely information to share with us, please comment below what the wages you get as a set PA. If you are looking for set PA training, I have classes in New York happening, and I also have an online class that is ready to take right now. Those links will be below for you. And for other set PA resources, please visit my website at beyondfilmschool.com. If you want my top PA tips, there is a lovely playlist for you, my top 10 tips for set PAs if you are trying to get ahead, keep getting hired, and be a really, really great PA and like really launch your career very, very fast. If this video has been helpful, please hit that like button and remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all the videos I make on the film industry. So that is it for now, and I shall see you next time.